everyone, and welcome to Forever Biz Team Sizzle. Today is 25th of August, Friday, and welcome. Today's topic is Action Planning Your New Distributor Meeting 3. This is the last topic in the action in the Forever Business Cycle series. So we're going to start with announcements and recognitions, and then we're going to go into our topic, and then we'll do the questions and answers. It'll be your time to talk, and we'll go over upcoming events. Okay, announcements and recognitions. I'd like to welcome 2 new team members this month, Anna Telegina, North Carolina, and Maddie Mueller, Wisconsin. Welcome, guys, and very happy to have you. Congratulations to Anna Mitina. She's from Pennsylvania for achieving her assistant supervisor. Awesome. Anna, we are very, very excited to have you. For those who don't know, Anna is a basketball coach. She's extremely successful, and she's a surgical nurse also, so she's very well-rounded, so huge health and wellness advocate. Welcome, guys. Okay, Forever Business Cycle, and I'd like to repeat this at literally every one of these Forever Business Cycle series, because you need to know this by heart, to the point where you can be woken up at night and know exactly how to tell it back to whomever it is. So Forever Business Cycle is very simple. As you can see, at the heart of it is your reason why. Why are you doing this? Obviously, we're not here to have a hobby. We're here to have a business. So why are you doing this, and what are you trying to accomplish with this? And this is very important. Your emotional driver will make you do things, uncomfortable things that you might not otherwise want to do. So the rest of the cycle, you can see here there are 4 segments. The first segment up on top is who do you know? And we have separate videos on that. You know, it's your family, friends, work colleagues, relatives, everyone. So we make a huge list of who do we know. The reason for that is to get comfortable and to learn the business using the people that you know, as opposed to people that you don't know. It's a lot easier. The next segment is contacting and showing our either business or product opportunity. So we have separate videos on contacting. How do we do this? Through phone calls, through emails, through text messages, and seeing people face to face. Every one of these things is a separate skill. So it is very important, it's like riding a bike, to learn the skills and to practice them on a daily basis. Then we have show. This is where we basically give a person like a 5-minute presentation of the business. It's not long. It's not about going in depth. It's just trying to see if a person is interested. That's a very important step, because we don't want to, it's not a business of convincing or conversion or forcing people into it, or proving them that it works. It's a business of looking and finding people who are interested. So we show, meaning we pick the interest if a person, seeing if a person is interested in additional opportunities. So in order to do that, then we can do the one-on-one. We can send a person a DVD as to just give them a little bit of a sneak peek of the business. We can share with them the website, or invite them to a product launch or a business launch, whatever it is. But all these things are designed to literally find the people who are interested. If a person is interested in the second quadrant, obviously they just went through the selection process, you invite them to a business presentation. That's the next quadrant here, or segment. And a business presentation is a little longer kind of an event. It could also be one-on-one, could be a DVD or a link to the online business presentation that you can send, or you can invite them to our Tuesday webinars that basically give a little bit in-depth review of what is here available. And you can also invite them to a business launch. And a business launch typically is about an hour to an hour and a half event where you go through how do we make business, how do we make money, what are the different income streams, what are the different incentives. So it's a much longer presentation, and it's only for those who are really interested. I want to emphasize that. And then the last segment here is the action. So this is where we plan the new distributor. So this video is the third meeting in the action planning the new distributor series. So we do need to define new distributors' goals and go take them through the planning and show them the ropes, literally. So it is not something that sometimes they can just learn, because not everybody is prone to self-study and self-guided education. But you know, for maybe about 80% of people, you literally need to show them. You need to take them by hand and say, this is what you need, this is how you create this, this is how you create this is how you track your customers, this is what you do, this is how you do it. So, and we also have a lot of short videos to go with it. So it is 3 meetings that we do as far as the action segment. So, and I would like to repeat this once again, is that the speed is of the essence in this business, and recruiting is essential. Your business will grow in direct proportion to the speed at which you implement this business cycle. To achieve your goals, it's vital that over the first 12 months, you create a momentum by sharing this opportunity with as many people as possible. This will create the energy, excitement, and success you desire. So how do you do this? You just literally do a little bit every day. Part-time is a 2 to 5 contacts per day, and we typically say 2 business, 5 product, kind of, you know, and literally you need to have your ears open. You need to converse with people. You can converse with people at work, you can converse with people at the store, but the goal here is to collect 2 to 5 contacts per day. You're not giving them business presentation, God no, but you are fishing for information from those people. So sometimes maybe it's a person who serviced you at the restaurant, and she was very active, very energetic, very good, and you just asked her a couple of questions, but how do you like it here? How did you work? You know, how long did you work here? You know, oh, I bet they pay you $50 an hour, and she's gonna laugh and say, no, they don't. I wish. And then you can you know, prompt her and say, you know, hey, are you interested in any additional income opportunities that don't interfere with what you're currently doing? And this would lead to exchange of the phone numbers, and there you go, you have your contact. That's exactly how you go about it. Part-time, 2 to 5 contacts per day. The full-time people obviously would like to go, and probably can because they have more time, to go faster and to go with a higher speed. That would be about 10 plus contacts per day. That would constitute, you know, about probably about 4 business contacts and about, you know, 5 to 6 product contacts, you know. So bottom line is you do need to work this business, and unfortunately, as you're building the grounds for your business, it is a little bit, you know, you're learning the skills. It is a little bit, you know, boring, so to speak, because you are creating a routine for you. It's very, very important to create routine so that you can go around it, and it becomes like brushing your teeth, literally. You just do it. You know, if there is an evening where you can't do it, you just feel out of place. You feel like you've missed something. So that's where we want to get, is to the kind of making it a routine and a habit for you. So it basically comes naturally, and your eyes and your ears are constantly open in search of those exceptional people that are out there. Okay. So how do you start your new distributor? I'd like to repeat that as well, because this is part of the last 3 webinars of, you know, meeting 1, meeting 2, and meeting 3 of starting your new distributor. So there are 3 steps, obviously, for everyone who is new, and this is very important to emphasize these steps before a person registered, or, you know, right after the person is registered. So there are 3 steps to success, followed by the other 7 steps to success that, you know, we'll review later. So the first 3 steps are registration. The second step is becoming wholesale qualified, and it's very easy to accomplish by just purchasing Start Your Journey pack. And you can emphasize that, you know, when person purchases the Start Your Journey pack, they first of all jumpstart their business by acquiring enough product that they can share with others. It's very important because that is our system. And second of all, they become paid distributor, which means that now no matter who they bring into the business from whatever part of the world, they will get paid. And if they don't become wholesale qualified, then you know, obviously you will get paid. So it is important to clarify this, because usually this is the make it or break it statement or understanding that the person will then make a decision whether they even want to start the business. You know, obviously a lot of people do register and they think, oh, I think I'll try, but you know, it is a serious journey. So the third step is making their who do you know list. So the new distributor would need to make a who do you know list, and it should be as many people as possible, literally dumping all the people that they know on paper. Why? Is because this is going to give them a jump start, and it's going to actually, they'll be able to learn the ropes of the business by going through those contacts. So a lot of the times people come back with 15 or 20 people. That's okay. You know, it's totally fine, because, you know, these people just might be shy or they might not know what to do. And this is where you come in. You do need to literally take their phone, open up their Facebook and say, here are the people. These are all your friends. So you make a list of those. All we're doing is just making a list. It costs absolutely nothing. We're not going to harass those people. We're not going to try to recruit them. We're going to you're going to learn how to talk to people by approaching different types of people. We're going to profile them, and we're going to find an appropriate approach to each one of them. So, and then it's very important to clarify, it's a very simple business. We use the products ourselves. We introduce the products to others, and then we teach others how to do the same. And it is very important to use the products, because we are the product of the product. Or products of the products, and we introduce products to others. You know, it's very easy, because when people come in, I had a friend over last night, and she came in and she literally touched, smelled, and licked everything that she saw in my house, because she can see that I have them everywhere. So anyways, and then introduce products to others. There are a series of videos on how we do it. It's also tools that we use to how to introduce the product to others. So it is up to you to teach your new distributor how to use those tools and perfect those tools. And then also, you know, remember you're a coach, and you need to literally take them by hand and show them, and then double check how they did it. And then we teach others how to do the same, and you can only teach others if you've done it. So it's very important to do it first, and then you know how to teach it. Okay, so meeting number 3, the very first thing that we do is we review previous meeting, and every following meeting we review the previous meeting, because typically we recommend to have about a week in between those meetings. So it's enough, because our 7-day plan goes over 7 days, so it's very convenient that the person meets with you, they compile a list with you, they put a few people on the list for the 7-day plan, and they work it. They literally work their plan, and then they meet with you to review their work. So this is why we're doing it 3 times in a row, so that a person gets used to doing this. So we reviewed the meeting 2 homework, okay, and the meeting 2 homework was, you know, building a 100+ list, continue building it. So you say, okay, so Mary, let's look at your 100, you know, who do you know list, and let's look who else did you add there. And she's gonna say, oh, you know, I went through this, you know, memory jogger, and I remembered a bazillion more people, so I added them here. That's great, awesome, great, congratulations, Mary. Let's look at your 7-day plan and what kind of progress you made on that. So let's, you know, pull out your 7-day plan, that little piece of paper, and let's go over what you've done, where you documented it, how did you go about it. And she's going to say, well, it was really good. So I contacted these 2 people one day, and there's 3 people another day, and this is what, you know, of course, it's okay to say that you are still learning, so please don't freak out if all of a sudden something doesn't turn out. If you don't know all the answers, you say, oh, you know what, I'm very new at that, so I don't quite know all the answers, but you know what, let me find out and I'll get back to you. It's okay to say to your contact, I'll get back to you. So you check her activity tracking sheet. It's very, very important, because, you know, it is important to log the activity and to not only log the activity, but also use the sheet in which you actually calculate how many activities you've done for the week. Because remember, there are 35 that are good, 35 points you have to collect per week if you want to be good at, moving your business forward, and then 75 points if you want to be better, and then 100+ points if you want to be excellent. So it's everybody is different. So some people work at part-time, some people work at full-time, but it is important to check the activity tracking sheet and make sure that the person actually did what they plan to do. So and it's a wide variety of activities to select from as well. So check how many people are in the pipeline. So when you show them the activity tracking sheet, you have to explain what pipeline is. So pipeline, again, to remind you, is when a person you have provided a person the information about the business or the product. The minute you provided the information, that's when you add that person to the activity tracking sheet. So now you've added that person to the tracker, and you're tracking that person because they're going to go through stages. The first stage is that when you actually planted the seed in their head by sharing information with them. The second step is when you actually invited them to the business presentation. Okay, that's an important step. That means the person is interested. The third step is the person had registered. Okay, so and then the fourth step is the person actually had become a paid distributor by purchasing the Start Your Journey package, or by just making it otherwise, like selling some products, retailing from their home, etc. So it is very important. So as long as a person entered a pipeline, a person considered to be in a pipeline is when the information was provided to them up until they actually acquired the assistant supervisor status. Okay. So before that, it's a person in the pipeline. They probably, it's not the right time. They may have registered, but maybe that's not the right time, or they don't have the money, or they are waiting for the next month because they want to break up the investment into the business amongst the 2 months, however it is. So, but those are the people that are in the pipeline, are the people that don't have assistant supervisor status yet, but they have been given the information. So it's very important that you show that. And to have a successful business, you have to have between 20 and 35 people in the pipeline. So if you've given 20 people information, let's say you've given at least 10 people information in a week, okay? And let's say that out of those 10 people, of course, we know that it takes 4 to 8 weeks for the seed to grow and for the person to act upon what has been provided to them. So, if you don't do anything now, you will never have anything in 4 to 8 weeks. So it is important to see the activities that people, that new distributors are performing by seeing how many people are in the pipeline, because that will tell you right away. If there are only 5 people in the pipeline, you can say you're not doing enough activities. You have to be giving more information every week to people in order for your business to really grow and to recruit from 2 to 6 people per month. You have to talk to at least 10 people, or you have to provide information to at least 10 people a week. That's statistics in our company. So that is going to make it successful. So if you're only talking to 1 person a week, don't expect to recruit 2 to 6 person or 2 to 4 even person a month. So check the customer recording booklet or the customer index card. Not everybody uses customer card index system. It's kind of like for people who are really manual, or for people who have been in customer industry before, the electronics have hit it. But it is very convenient because everybody can use it. You don't have to know a computer to use it. And so is the customer recording booklet. I do it in Excel spreadsheet. Not everybody is computer savvy. So, for somebody, it's easier to just open the booklet and just go, oh, here are my customers on the first page. Okay, here's January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So you can see the orders. So you have to, because first step is we're working on the 20 to 30 customers. We're building those. So the new distributor needs to get used to maintaining the customer recording booklet or spreadsheet or whatever it is, because for two reasons. They have to have an account of all their customers, and they have to know what customers ordered every month. And one more item, I guess, is we'll go over this a little bit later, is that you need to, or the new distributor needs to track their profits also every month. It helps because then it gives you definitive results on a month-to-month basis. So you see how your business grows. So you review the power of 4 case credits again, because it is the basis of our business, 4 case credits. So we first work towards making that automatic by building the 20 to 30 customers. So once you build at least 5 to 10 customers, your 4 case credits become automatic. You just need to text or call a couple of people, and see what they want, what they need. And after a little while, you will know what's the frequency of their orders. So maybe Judy orders every 2 months, and Terry orders every 3 months. And so you don't have to bother them, because after some time how often they order and what they order. So you can just remind them with the frequency that they are used to. So it is a job, and it is a set of skills, and it is the best thing that works for building 20 to 30 customers are the pop boxes or the business present or the product presentations at home. So one more item that I wanted to say is that as a customer becomes your customer, permanent customer, you still need to emphasize this to the new distributor. That customer still needs to be introduced to new products. Don't let that customer to just buy the same thing over and over and over again. Every so often you go there, you give them a new pop box because you want to introduce them to the product they haven't tried yet. So this is why you need the customer recording booklet. So it is all connected. So then you move into the next topic. You review the recruitments. Basically you're reviewing the homework from the meeting 2. And then you say that, all right, so let's say, Mary, you had a home business presentations. How many people came to those? Let's just, look at everyone and see how many people are interested. Look at the questionnaires that you distributed and you collected from the home business presentations. How many people marked that they're interested in learning more about the business opportunity? And those could be your new recruits if they've already registered and they felt very excited. Or they could be potential recruits because they haven't yet registered, but they marked on a questionnaire that they really are interested in additional income opportunities. So you discuss then whether new distributor watched all the trainings that you have recommended or assigned them for homework after the meeting 2, and if they understand or have any questions regarding the marketing plan. So you answer all those questions. So this is going to take about half an hour at least. So this is last meeting, so the amount of things to cover is a lot less. It's just more of re-emphasizing things again and again and just showing things again and again so the person gets used to the work cycle. Okay, so then, after you've covered meeting 2 homework, you move into the meeting 3. So what do we do in the meeting 3? On the right-hand side, this is a snapshot from the Teach to Reach book that we have on Forever Biz. So please go under files and print it out. Meeting 3 is basically to review the last meeting, which we just covered, and 7-day plan, personal use, retailing, 100+ list, activity tracking, and then you revisit new distributors why again. Why is it important? Again, is because this is the driver for the person. If a person doesn't have a dream, if a person doesn't have anything, they're definitely not going to do anything. Okay, so it's like you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Okay, so it's very important to have that why and have it literally on the front of your mind, constantly reminding you of what is the target. So go back to those worksheets for financial goals, personal goals, and family goals. Open them up again and say, okay, let's review your why again. You mentioned in our first meeting that you really wanted to get to, let's say, $1,000 a month in 6 months. Okay, we broke it down. We looked at the marketing plan. We looked at the positions that you want. So you want to become an assistant manager in order to make that kind of income. In order to become an assistant manager, you have to have so many people in your network, and so many customers, and so many business partners. So let's break it down back. How do we do this? So the very first step after, for a person who is assistant supervisor is to become a supervisor. So you basically, you break down their why and their financial goals, and you break it down into 3, 6, 12, 18 months, and then 3 years. If you have time, you can also look at the 3-year goal. But you do need to break it down, because you need to show a person how they're going to progress through the marketing plan, acquiring new positions. And then you show them the supervisor plan again, and you emphasize that, again, 4 case credits is the first thing. So we are very strongly, very, very fast working on building your customer base. So you need to increase the frequency. For instance, you need to do, if a person says, oh, I really want, I really need $400 like now. So you say, okay, so can you do 2 more business presentations this month, or product presentations this month? Do you have a couple of really good friends who could organize those for you? So that's basically how you go about it, is you help them structure their activities so that those activities produce the desirable results. So we can't control how many people join our business, and we can't control how many people become assistant supervisors or supervisors, but what we can control is our activities. So our main money-producing, income-producing activities are, it's our pop boxes, it's our business presentations, and it's talking to people, literally presenting the business or products to people. And if we can control those, we will definitely have some results. So remind the person that the importance of this 5 strong legs, because this is the base of our business. If you build 5 strong legs, those are 5 very ambitious, very driven, self-motivated people who are willing to do anything and everything to become financially independent. Those are the kind of people you're looking for. That doesn't mean that you're gonna now not enroll anyone who is not that way. I'm just saying that you need to focus on selecting and investing more time in those who are ambitious. That's all I'm saying. So we don't exclude anyone from this business. We don't ever, under any circumstances, chew people out for not doing enough activity. We are network marketing professionals, so we build skills of conversing and interviewing and asking questions. So we ask questions. We say, I heard you say this. Is that what you want? First ensure, confirm that the person actually wanted to become a supervisor within the next 2 consecutive months, and review what exactly they're going to get from it. So on the right-hand side here, you see from one of my previous webinars, a retailing spreadsheet. It basically gives you an idea. And the numbers here are a little bit off because it's actually $207 for a 1 case credit, not 202. But it gives you an idea, sort of kind of plus minus a few dollars, of how much money actually a person can get just as an assistant supervisor. 35% off. So if you, cross section, let's say the item in the blue here, a cross section for assistant supervisor in 5 case credits, right here, it's a $353 or so in commission at the assistant supervisor level. So if a person is really strapped for money, you show them how to make 5 case credits. We know that from previous videos that 5 case credits is, every product presentation or product launch at anybody's house, your house, their house, will be about 2 case credits of sales. Okay, so you have 2 of those and you place 4 pop boxes. There you go. You've made your 5 case credits. So, so you literally break down into the activities, everything you see in this chart. You say, can you show me at the assistant supervisor level here the amount of money that you'd like to receive, you know, within the next 2 months, and the person can point down to $707 for all we know. You explain to them what they need to do to get that. So 10 case credits is, you know, I have assistant supervisors that actually do that. It's doable. Believe me, it's doable. Clean 9, Vital 5, FIT program. You enroll not only one person, but you say, who else do you know that would like to do it with you? Can you find 1 or 2 friends? I will give you $40 credit for that, let's say. Because a person brings 2 more people onto Clean 9 or FIT program, and let's say they buy Clean 9 and FIT packages at the same time, you can definitely afford to reward them. Maybe not financially, but you say that I will provide you with additional products of your choice in the amount of $40. So anyhow, there are ways we do things here. So again, it's highly and strongly recommended to team up during any kind of you know, FIT event or FIT program. Vital 5 is excellent stuff. Guys absolutely love it, and guys order a lot of these Vital 5 packs because it's simple. It arrives to their door, it's auto ship, and they don't have to think about it at all. They have the whole advanced nutrition in the box, and all they have to do is just take a few you know, vitamins and take a, you know, RG Plus stick and this and that with them to work. We even have, remember, we have Vital 5 with Elo to go, or Forever Freedom to go. It's for the guys. Guys are not going to go to the refrigerator and open up a bottle every morning. Forget it. Make sure they order Elo to go or Freedom to go with them if they're aging with, you know, arthritis and joint problems. So there are ways to go about it, and you just you sign them up for auto ship, and here you go. There's your 10 case credits. You can teach that. If you do it, you can teach it. So the next thing that you do, so you explain the 5 best friends and 5 legs, okay? You profile, literally at the meeting 3, you profile the next 5 best. We're talking about best, people who are positive. Mary, let's pick from your list another 5 people who are positive, enthusiastic, high energy, constantly looking for things, you know, trying new products, trying new ways, you know, having part-time or full-time gigs on the side, and, you know, constantly running around. These are the kind of people we're looking for, because these are the people that are going to drive our business forward, and people who have strong desire to be healthy and wealthy. Okay, so maybe a person is not actually, you know, hyper and high energy, but a person needs a lot of, you know, needs money. Like, you've heard them complain, but they've said that if I just had an option, I have 3 kids, I can't work outside of home, but if I just had an option of earning some money at home, those are the kind of people we want. Or people who want to be healthy. So pick those 5 and profile them using our profiling sheets that are in First Steps to Manager book. Okay, and at the same time, as you're going through those First Steps to Manager book, discuss the call scripts, because you already have profiled those 5 people. So now you're prepping for a phone call. What kind of call scripts do you think are going to fit those 5 different profiles, 5 different people? What are you going to, what is their hot button? What do you think you're going to start with? You have to mentally prepare for those calls. And at the end of the meeting 3, you basically emphasize the skills. You say, you know, talk a little bit about that. Our main skills are connecting, presentation, and handling objections. If a person can get those skills brushed up real fast, they're going to go much faster with much more confidence through the marketing plan. Okay, so meeting 3 tasks. Sorry, I forgot to change the heading here. Meeting 3 tasks, actually. So you show how to see the people in the pipeline, and I've already covered that, but this is an example of the tracking sheet. Okay, so you have name with a contact, warm or cold phone number, the date of the when you shared the information with them and how you shared it, whether it's one-on-one, website, video, etc. You have another couple of columns for business presentation, when the person actually attended, and then when the person actually registered, and then the first planning session, meaning that they are already assistant supervisor. So those are the 4 stages that I talked about. So this is people who have a date in the one, in the information, whether you shared with them information, website, video, or you actually met with them one-on-one. If they have a date in there, but they have no dates and no markings in the rest of the columns, those are the people that are in the pipeline. People that have no date in the one-on-one, website, and video, they're not in the pipeline yet. So that you haven't shared information with those people. So if you're doing this in Excel spreadsheet, you can easily set up a filter on the names of the columns, and you can just filter everyone who has date in that 4th column from the left, and then also filter everyone who has no date in the business presentation. Those are the people in the pipeline. It does happen from time to time that a person never comes to the business presentation. They came out to a coffee shop with you. You told them you had so much excitement that they registered on the spot. And you even have those who registered and purchased the pack on the spot, okay? It's very rare, but I did have a lot of this initially because I was so excited and I was meeting lots of people, and they would just register like crazy. And then they would not, it would just be dead silence at the end. Why? It's because I wasn't proficient. I didn't know how to follow up. I didn't know how to talk to them. I didn't know how to explain things to them. So it happens initially, and it's okay. It's totally okay. And it's actually very good to do it with cold contacts, people you don't know yet, because then you don't really care if a person, what they think about you, you don't care. And if they fall off the list completely and just disappear, so what, Anyhow, so you decide what you want to do, or I should say the new distributor decides what they want to do, what they're comfortable with. You show them how to step outside of their comfort zone, step by step, a little bit, so that they can acquire additional skills. So you show the pipeline activity, and then you show how to find people who are in the pipeline. If time allows, actually by now you have profiled 5 more people and you have looked at the call scripts. If time allows, have the new distributor perform some phone calls right in front of you. Say, okay, so Mary, we just created a profile of your friend Emily, and she's this and she's that. Why don't you call Emily? And let's first discuss before you make a phone call right in front of me. First of all, if you hit a voicemail, this is what you say. You say, hey Mary, hey Emily, this is Mary. I hope all is well. I have an exciting thing to share with you. Please give me a call. You don't leave a voicemail with information. You just say, hey, call me right away, or I have something exciting to share with you. Please call me right away. And you leave your phone number, and that's it. That's all you do. So maybe pretty scary for the new distributor, but it's a skill they have to learn eventually. We don't do anything. We don't convince. We don't push people. We just share information. So, and you compile the next 7-day plan with them. So after those prospecting calls are done, you compile seven-day plan. You move those 5 people into the 7-day plan. If if a new distributor reached 1 or 2 people while sitting in front of you, and you heard the conversation and maybe it went okay or it didn't go okay, that's totally fine. It's might be stressful, but it's a learning opportunity. You discuss a little bit that conversation, and you say you develop a plan of action afterwards. And it's okay for the new distributor to just say that, hey, you know what, it's awesome products, and I have some free products for you to try for a couple of days. and just schedule a pop drop. Like if a person is close nearby in the city or in a nearby within the driving distance, that is also completely entirely available, because this is going to be more productive if you came, if they came to a friend's house and say, hey, I started this awesome business. I really can't really talk much yet because I'm not that proficient, but I've already tried the products. These are incredible products, and here are some for you for a couple of days to use. And I will show you how to use them, and I can tell you a little bit about it. It works actually much better because it gives other people a comfortable feeling that they can do it too. So you compile the next 7-day plan with kind of an assumption that a person is, whether they're part-time or full-time, are going to be contacting so many people each day. You've showed them how to profile, you've trained them and showed them how to do the phone calls, and then you compile the 7-day plan for them, and you basically discuss and negotiate how many people can they do in that 7 days. And you also schedule activities. So if a person wants to rise up the marketing plan pretty quick, you say, okay, Mary, do you think you can schedule a business presentation? Yes, I can. Remember, business presentations should be scheduled with at least a week in advance, if not more, because it is important to, and there are separate videos on this, to give people at least, 2 choices. Okay, can you come into this one or that one? So because that people usually are much more inclined to come in and join the business or the product presentation that they picked according to their schedule, as opposed to you're saying, oh, it's just next Saturday at 2 o'clock, and they go, oh, my son's soccer game is next Saturday. So it is okay to hear no, and these are the people that are going to be invited. You discuss that, you put those people in a 7-day plan. Who would you like to invite to the business presentation? Okay, these are the 12 or 20 people. Again, you over invite because only 6 or 7 will show up. Sometimes we have 15 people show up. It differs, but again, you have to over invite, and it is okay to say no problem. You can't make it absolutely no problem. I have some products to share with you, so let me drop it off. When would you like it? So there you go. So they can't escape. They either come to the business presentation and try the products there, or you give them a pop box. So one way or the other, they become product users, or at least they try the products. And if they don't like them, it happens very rarely. They say, oh, you know what, I didn't like anything. Or no, it never happens. It happened to me twice. One person said, I really loved it. I absolutely loved it, but I am so piled with products right now that I don't think I'm going to buy anything within the next 3 to 4 months. So there you go. I go to my customer booklet and I put her in 3 or 4 months. So I know when to call her in 3 or 4 months and to offer her either a pop box or to purchase the product that she actually liked, okay? And then I had another person who said, oh, I have such severe allergies that there's only one line of products that I use, and it's recommended, or I purchase it at my dermatologist. There you go. So that's probably not a good candidate for your products or skincare products or whatever it is, when people don't even want to try. So we are not forcing anyone into this. So the likelihood is if you if you place 2 pops a week, you're going to have half a case credit to 1 case credit in orders from those people. So so you've helped your new distributor compile the next 7-day plan. You got their commitment on how fast they want to move around the marketing plan, and you schedule the next training for them or with them. So it could be next webinar, it could be next meeting. Now you don't have to do it every week, you basically negotiate, you discuss with the new distributor when they will be ready to do a next one, because you do want to continue reviewing the results and outcomes of each one of the activities until they're comfortable with it. And you tell them very important thing. You know, we've talked about the customer tracking booklet, but this is something that gives you an idea how the customer tracking booklet should look like. So, you know, if you had made your very first sheet in the booklet, a list of all your customers, at least you know who you're contacting every time you're about to order. And every sheet within that booklet is, let's say, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, whatever. So you write down the month, you show them exactly how it should look like. Date, name, retail value that a person paid. I would actually insert also a couple more columns here. I would insert an item, case credits for an item, and I would itemize it. So let's say Emily bought 5 items. So Emily's items will take 5 lines in this worksheet. So I would insert 2 other columns to, one would track case credits, so you at least know what's the volume is for this month for you for retail. And another one is price per item, because then you can look, amount, quantity, because then you can multiply the quantity by the retail item and you can actually calculate the total. And then wholesale amount is what you paid or the new distributor paid. So now you are subtracting from what they paid you the wholesale of what you paid to the company to purchase those products, and that is your profit. So the profit is a difference between the value that the customer paid you and the value that you paid to purchase the products. So now you have a total for the month, and you do this every month, because then now you can tell and you can show others how much profit you've made just from retail. Okay. So meeting 3 homework. Place 2 pop boxes next week. That should be literally every week, especially for somebody who is relatively new in the business. The first 90 days, they're building their base, their customer base. So 2 pops will get them very quick. Pops work while we sleep, okay? So if they're placing at least 2 pops every week, they're getting those permanent customers. So, you know, schedule the 2 pop drops for next week. That could be a homework item. Schedule 1 more business launch soon, within the next 10 days. That could be another item for homework. If you don't want to host it yourself, you find a person who will host it for you. Complete 7-day plan could be a next item for homework. You have to learn or teach your new distributor how to complete their 7-day plans. Very important. And then maintain customer recording booklet or customer index cards. It's very important to get into the routine of maintaining it. And then watch assigned videos. Watch a video on business story or product story, okay? It's very important to have your business and product stories, maybe several of them. Maybe it's 1 for skin, 1 for digestion, 1 for energy, 1 for weight loss. You gotta have those stories. They don't have to be yours. They can be your sponsor's story, your partner's story, your spouse's story. It could be your child's story. We have acne that went away. You know, I literally showcased my daughter's face to everyone because, oh my God, free of drugs completely. No acne. So watch video on recruiting. That's another assignment because recruiting is the thing that grows our business. And that's the thing that they really need to learn to a perfection. And if they want to move fast about the marketing plan, if this is the person who wants to build a team, okay, if it's not the person who wants to build a team, then probably shouldn't be bothered by learning recruiting. But if a person wants to build a team and have more than $1,000 or $1,200 a month of profit or pay, they would need to build a team. So they need to learn how to recruit. And again, recruiting is just a set of connecting, presenting, and dealing with objections. So, and then ask the person to draft additional business and product stories if they haven't drafted for every case yet. So have them literally think things through. If you if they are new and they haven't tried many of the products, connect them with people who have. Connect them with people. Bring them to the webinars so that those folks can jot down somebody else's product or business story. Okay, so and then set up next meeting and time, date and time. So it's very important. We do set up a meeting from a meeting. Okay, it is an industry-wide skill. Set up a meeting, a new meeting from a meeting. So you may be rescheduling it, but at least you give a person an idea that you're going to be meeting with them again and again and again. And eventually, when they're comfortable, you'll be talking to them on the phone once in a while, or texting them and helping them out this way. So, okay, we're done with meeting 3. So I hope you liked it. And again, how serious are you? Let's remind ourselves, if we do part-time, it's 2 contacts per day. If we do semi-part-time, it's 5 contacts per day, 3 business and 2 product, for instance. Full-time, 10 contacts per day. It's, let's say it's 7 business and 2 products. And what we recommend is adding 2 new contacts per day, either on Facebook or other social media, because that builds your following. It builds your customer base as well. Because eventually, time after time, you post positive things, people will start commenting, liking your posts, and you can converse and you can see what they've posted, and you can actually build that relationship online without actually leaving your house. We have series of information and videos on how to do that as well from home without leaving your home. And then we recommend that to do at least 2 follow-up calls per day. Do not text, please, unless you absolutely don't know a person's phone number, but it's always better to call. So 2 follow-up contacts. So maybe you've given information to a couple of people, last week, and then today you just want to, you listed them on your 7-day plan. You want to just follow up with them. What did they like out of the information that was given to them? Are they interested? That's what you're asking. You're not convincing them. You're not, fighting with them to prove them, they're wrong, or you always agree and you just ask what they liked. And if they don't like nothing, then you ask them for a recommendation, or you ask to call them in so many more months. Would you mind, or would you like me to call you after some time, like 6 months or 12 months, and check with you if anything has changed. So if you have a team already, you post 1 to 2 posts into the team group. It's important because we are in a continuous education program here. Okay, upcoming events and dates. We have September 8th, Chicago FLP, Forever Executive Training that I'm going to. I heard a few others might be joining, so please, whoever lives close to Chicago, remember that this is awesome. Holly Stout is coming with other vice presidents for this amazing training. October 2017, we have Eagle Manager Retreat. People who have just qualified for Eagle Manager are going to a free retreat on a cruise ship, and they're going to hit Barcelona, Monte Carlo, and Rome. And I know one person specifically, Martha from Chicago, who just hit that, and it happened really, really fast. She hit manager not too long ago, and just last month she hit senior manager because one of the people in her network actually hit the manager. And so it pushed her up to a senior manager. She instantly qualified for a car bonus and instantly qualified for Eagle Manager. So congratulations, Martha. It's amazing. I've seen her for a few years now, and I've seen how, what a hard worker she is. So it happened eventually. So, and the tickets to the above events can be found at foreverlivingandamerica.eventbrite.com. And all the past Forever Business Academy trainings, please remember that we have every Tuesday in English and in Spanish in the evening. We have those business presentations done by the office, by the corporate office. And so you can definitely invite all your prospects or interested parties to those 30-minute business presentations that go over the incentives, the compensation, etc., and some of our products. You also can register for Friday afternoon Forever Business Academy trainings. If you go to your events under, you know, you logged into your portal and you go under events, you can register for those and you get automatic email reminders. But you can also, don't worry about missing those because those are recorded. They're at buyme.com/forever&america. So they're recorded. And those are bi-weekly on Friday afternoon. Okay. All right. So next, Team Sizzle, we have announcements and recognitions again. And we're going to start another topic called the most important skills for our business. We're going to review the most important skills. Sounded like a really good topic to review. And we're going to go through your questions and answers again and the upcoming events. Okay, it's your time to talk now. Do you need help with customer acquisitions, with your monthly orders towards 4 case credits, with generating repeat customers, with following up, with staying focused, and with recruiting? Please click a little hand on your control panel and we will unmute you and give you time to talk. Thank you.